My question is for the One King to unite them all.
Yes?
What was your favorite scene to play as King Richard?
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Again, that is so tough. It would probably revolve around a song. It was probably the song, Good Night, My Friend. Because just singing that song was, it's such a beautiful song. I think that was my favorite song of all. It was a beautiful song, incredibly touching, and so that would probably be that one.
Thank you.
Loving the Gala, man.
Well, he's got yours written down, or are you going to videotape this?
I'm going to videotape.
Okay. So try to look nice, everybody.
Love the Goonies as well. Yeah.
Corey Feldman's here. He was on your show.
Oh, right, Corey Feldman as well.
My question is, Steve Fanx said that the one episode he didn't get to do but would have liked to done was the time travel one. What kind of theme show would you guys have liked to do that you didn't get to do?
Ooh, theme show.
Probably something to do with like dancing or like, I don't know. Like, what would be a theme? We did everything.
I was gonna say, it's so tough because we've done everything. Like at one point, Steve, I think season 3 was like, hey, what else you want to do? And you've already put me on a horse, you've already given me a sword.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything.
I know, I joined a sorority, I was a roller derby girl, hold on.
Yeah, you were.
Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking claymation.
Claymation. Oh, that would be cool. Maybe something with like half animation or half claymation or some kind of weird alternative universe of some kind.
I was thinking something in space, but we originally thinking James Bond. We did Spy vs. Spy.
Yeah, we did some space. I mean, we had, like the planetarium we did, and then, but like a space camp would have been funny.
Yeah, but like all of us in space. Just so we could ride on the,
Comet Comet?
Yes, the Vomit Comet, so we could all go,
All go up in space?
Yeah.
That's it, space. Final answer, I love that. I love that. Because now we can, you can go up and do the little loops.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The Vomit Comet.
Yeah.
And Shatner, you know him.
Really?
He went up in space. So maybe you can get him and Jeff
Let's
Bezos.
go find Shatner and just go up to space with him.
Oh, good. Vomit Comet.
I don't know if you want to go with him, but you can go up.
No, I'm going with Tim.
Yeah, go with Tim.
Yeah, but he'll get us in. He'll get us in with the people who do that.
We gotta talk to Bill.
Yeah, we'll talk to Bill.
Next.
Hi, my name is Emma.
Hi, Emma.
My question for you is if Jules and Laster weren't detectives and they were criminals instead, what crimes would they commit?
Definitely crimes of fashion.
Those crimes of fashion, right?
Crimes of fashion.
Yes.
I know what one you're referring to. I know what one you're referring to.
Yeah.
Nice that you got the reference. But I really would commit crimes of fashion, I think.
I'm so method I can't even, I've never even thought outside that box of blasters. Let's see, something with international gun smuggling. Because we know Lasker left his firearms.
I love that he was like, I've never really thought about it, but here.
I don't have a monkey. Whose name would be Sebastian. But I never thought about it.
He's got a patch and he has a parrot and he tells
Except he drinks too much.
Yeah, see?
So good. Yes.
Next.
Hi, my name is Blake. My question would be, how quickly would you say it turned from your character just being Carlton Laster or Jules to actually being your real selves?
Well, I'm not sure that's 100% true, because they are still actors, right? Acting!
We're still acting, but I kind of see what I think you're saying, which is like the writers paid attention to all of us, our friendships, our kind of, our mannerisms, things we wanted to do. They would listen to like stories, like if we went to them and we're like, hey, I want to do an episode that's like this, they'd try to weave it in. And I would say after a couple seasons, that's when they were really, really figuring out like our dynamics, our friendship, our love, like who we are. So that started to weave in. I would like to think we still know how to act a little, but I do know that by the end, I think there was a lot of a lot of Maggie and Tim in Lassie and Jules. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then all great writers will sort of hang out with their cast and listen to them while you're having drinks and get them all to have their guard down and then go, oh, that's what they're afraid of. I'll write that.
And that too. They would also write to one thing in particular. Actually, I think it may have helped my fear of heights. Speaking of the clock tower, is I remember reading that script and James co-wrote it, and I remember looking at him and being like, did I upset you or?
This is still while you were dating, right?
Do you what?
This is still while you were dating, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, he is mad.
There's some awkward conversations at home.
I was like, and I remember being like, so when it says like strapped to a chair, however many stories up on a clock tower, what does it mean? Oh, strapped to a chair.
At the top of the highest building.
And it was me. There were a couple of things that thank God for her, my stunt double did, but to get those like shots, and I understood what he was saying, like, because James really wanted the clock tower. There's like one shot where like the hand kind of ticks and it catches. All that was real. And they were like, don't worry, there'll be a map below. And I was like...
Yeah, literally the map was like, from the stage to the floor.
and there was, and it wasn't at the street level, but it was still, I was like, that's 2 stories down. It may as well not be there.
And you can easily bounce off of it.
And not only that, I couldn't help myself if it fell because my hands were tied, literally. So that was one of the scariest things I've done, speaking of like writing to like a weakness, but also it kind of helped conquer a fear at the same time. So maybe in a weird way, he was just trying to say like, I know how strong you are, versus I'm gonna try to scare you. But
That's nice you frame it
That's the
that way.
positive sunshine attitude.
I'm not sure I would frame it that way, but that's nice.
I know, I'm trying. But I did say to him, I was like, so I think, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? And then now, of course, it's like one of my favorite episodes.
Hey, what did your best friend have waiting for you after that scene?
Had it what? Oh, my martini? My vodka?
Yes. That's what
Tim was ready and waiting. We always were, with whatever our, we'll just say, need at the time may have been, but it was whiskey for you and a martini for me, I know. And even being shot, that they should be waiting with treats. We'll just say treats.
Treats,
You know?
yeah, a reward.
Yes. Huh?
It was a reward.
It was a reward, yes.
Doing a job well done.
Yes, yeah, it took me a while to come down from that, for sure. Literally. Anyway.
Good morning, I'm Devin.
Hi.
My question is more about the writing. So throughout the series, Sean has a bunch of nicknames for Gus. Were they actually written or were they improv?
Nicknames, because you have a lot of nicknames. Lassie's got nicknames for days, and Gus does.
I think a lot of the Gus nicknames were written, and then I also think that there was a bit of a like a list, and I know James would always weigh in, and Dulé could weigh in, but I know that the writers, I think that was probably one of their most fun things to do, would be try to figure out what the next one was going to be.
Yeah, I think James had sort of a running list waiting just for the episode
Yeah.
to slip one in.
Yeah, James was always there for like the punch up. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite for Lassie?
Lassidophilus, I think, is probably my favorite.
Last novel is so good. It's so good. I don't think I really have one other than Jules. I just became Jules very early on.
They had a lot of respect for you.
Maybe.
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 I wanted a Lassido Flamingo I was hoping that would come to
I forgot that one.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Emery, by the way. My question is, what is another show you would like to do?
What show would you like to be on?
Oh my goodness.
If you had any choice in the world,
What are some fun shows right now?
American Gigolo.
Thank you for that. I would have wanted to be on Mad Men.
Oh, totally.
You would have been perfect on that.
which at the time, in season 2, we were living at this rental house in Vancouver. Our next door neighbors were actually writers, so we went up to go on to Mad Men. And so I was like, hey, guys. And I maybe dropped a hint. Well, we're all at the pool one day with the kids, down at the kids' pool with the kids. And I might have dropped a hint how much I love Mad Men. And Andres was like, oh, you'd be perfect on that show. Like, make it happen. That's one of the shows I don't think I ever even got an audition for.
You would have been so good on Mad Men. You kind of embody Mad Men in a lot of ways. Like your wardrobe,
In both
and, like,
ways.
the way you,
That's why we're friends.
yeah, you have like a, huh?
So that's why we're friends, because you
It's true though.
you feed all my ego set I need.
And yourself, Mike?
I was sitting here thinking, and I went to something really silly because I know the dragons aren't real in Game of Thrones, but I went to Game of Thrones because I love the dragons, and I'd love to write a dragon. Is that crazy? Okay, thank you. Good. All right.
Too bad they canceled The Glow on Netflix. You could
I
have done the
know.
rest
Oh, Glow. Yes, that is a show I loved. I did actually audition for Glow, so thanks for bringing it up.
Well, and that's our panel for today. I'm awkwardly leave stage.
Remember that thing I said about the podcast?
Yeah, I know. That's the story of my life. I'm doing really well to the last second. But speaking of last second, unfortunately, we have run out of time. But
We talk so much.
No, that's why they came. They wanted to hear you guys.
All right, good. Can we do one more? Because she's standing right here.
We're gonna do one more
Okay.
because she's standing there looking sweet and cute.
I know.
My question is, what was your least favorite episode to film?
Which was your least
favorite?
Least favorite. Doesn't. Oh, see.
I
Good
was
answer.
trying to think if there was like a.
But like if you had to
Episode 1.
For me, it was the pilot. All the time.
Funny, it's mine too.
Yeah. That's right. Well, there you go.
Make sure that we have a chance to go down to see them, get their autographs, take pictures with them.
Come visit
These
us.
guys are amazing. And remember, this is Maggie's first con.
Yes.
So let's give her a huge Fanx thank you. Please give me a huge tip.
Thank you so much.
Please give her a round of applause for
You guys are
Timothy
fantastic. Thank you so
and
much.
Maggie.
One more time, guys. Can you please give a huge round of applause for them?
Thank you all so much. Honestly. The best fans in the whole wide world. But coming for a hug. We're gonna hug. This guy right here. We love you all so much, honestly. I mean, you know how much we love you. We talk about it. Okay, we'll go. We'll go.
You're great. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. One more time.
See you
Just give a
guys
round of
on the
applause.
next one.
Now,